Today I'm making spaghetti with frozen clams with you. This time with a hint of lemon. Now a lot of people, the purists, will be turning up their noses. But look, they sell them in jars. They sell them frozen with and without shells. They sell them mixed with mussels or in many other preparations. But why not cook them every now and then? Clearly the classic spaghetti with clams, if it's good of course, because sometimes you find mixed ones around between clams and lupini clams and verasi clams, non-verasi clams. You can't understand anything. So the spaghetti made to perfection with clams can't be beaten. But sometimes I repeat, for those who are alone at home, who don't want to make a mess, is just starting to get into cooking, and they say, well, I'll try making them with frozen or jarred clams. In any case, however you want to look at it, let's prepare this spaghetti with frozen clams together with me. Let's get started. So, since the recipe is really quick, first of all, since the water is boiling, I'll salt it and start cooking the spaghetti. In the meantime, I strain the liquid from the clams that have thawed. As you can see, this isn't just their liquid, but there's also a bit of broth. I read it on the package. I set it aside and then I crush the garlic cloves. I chop it finely. I chop some parsley. This will be used at the end though. I chop it now for convenience, like I almost always do. By the way, I remind you that my 2 cookbooks are only available on Amazon worldwide. Search for Carlo Gaiano and you'll receive them within 2 days. And at this point, I add some extra virgin olive oil to the pan. Then I add the garlic. Here's the secret. I break up an anchovy in there. Don't tell anyone, but this gives it an incredible boost. So watch out for the salt. On low heat, then I brown the garlic and melt the anchovy in the oil. And then, since the pasta is almost ready, I add the chili pepper. I didn't add this earlier because it's dried, otherwise it would have burned. If it had been fresh, I would have added it at the beginning. Now I add the clams. These are already cooked. We don't need to cook them anymore. A quick splash of white wine. I leave it on high heat to evaporate just for a moment. Then I add the parsley stems that I should have added earlier, but I'll make up for it like this. I add a bit of broth. What you see here is parsley, not sand. And I mix it a bit. Okay. Now I turn off the heat and add some grated lemon zest. I always tell you, wash your lemons well. If they're organic, even better. If they're from your neighbor's tree or your own garden, that's the best. And above all, only take the yellow part, avoid the white part. Be gentle with the grater here, because remember, the white part is bitter. Here we go. I add a little freshly ground pepper and some parsley. One last stir. And I plate it. But we remove the parsley stems. Left them in until the end since I added them late. And so, let's see. Oh my, believe me. It turned out to be a really, really, really good dish. Try this recipe and let me know what you think in the comments below. For now, I'll say goodbye. And as usual, before I leave you, I want to wish you bon appetit.